Which is better, the Samsung Galaxy A71 or the Samsung Galaxy A70? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A71 and Samsung Galaxy A70. I know that many people have been looking forward to this video because the Galaxy A71 was recently launched, and I know that the Galaxy A70 has been a very popular phone ever since being launched in 2019. Now definitely check out my channel for a variety of different videos about both of these devices so that you can learn even more about them beyond this video. But I've got to say, first thing is that both of these phones are very good devices, so I am very happy with both of them. Currently, you can get the Galaxy A71 on Amazon for around $399, and you can get the Galaxy A70 for around $329. So you are going to be saving a bit of money if you do decide to go with the A70 instead of the A71. Now, both of these devices feature massive 6.7-inch displays with Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and you can see side by side here, these two devices are very similar in size. Now they also both feature Super AMOLED displays at 1080p. They both have a PPI of 393, and they both feature a 20:9 aspect ratio. These devices both have a very narrow but tall display, which makes them excellent for browsing the web, going on social media, viewing video content, and really anything else. So I'm definitely a big fan of the form factor with both of these phones. And you can see side by side here, I would give them about a tie as far as display quality goes. Both displays look really bright and clear and excellent, so I'm a big fan of both devices in that regard. Now you can see up top here, this is probably one of the biggest differences between these two phones, at least visually, and that is that with the Galaxy A71, we're getting an Infinity O display, which means that we get a hole punch for the front-facing camera. Whereas with the Galaxy A70, we have a water drop notch for the front-facing camera. Now I think both phones do feature good designs, but there's no doubt that with the hole punch for the front-facing camera, that's certainly the design that Samsung has been going with all of their new smartphones, including their Galaxy S20 flagship. And then down towards the bottom, you're getting a slightly smaller bottom bezel with the Galaxy A71. So definitely, when comparing these two phones, the A71 is the better looking of the two, but the A70 still is a very nice looking phone. Now up top here, both devices feature 32 megapixel front-facing cameras. They also both feature 128 gigabytes of internal storage with SD card expansion, so that's really nice. Neither of these two phones feature wireless charging, and they both feature in-screen fingerprint sensors, which is a really awesome thing as well. So we'll try that out first with the Galaxy A71. So nice and fast with that device. And now we'll try it with the Galaxy A70. So that was very quick too. So both phones do have very good, fast, and responsive in-screen fingerprint sensors, which is a great thing to see. I know that that trend first was very popular with flagship devices such as the Galaxy S10 and the OnePlus 7 Pro, but you can see that that technology has now made its way over to budget mid-range phones like the A71 and A70. Now the camera situation with both of these phones is a bit different. So with the Samsung Galaxy A71, we're getting a 64 megapixel main camera, we're getting a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera for portrait mode, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. And then with the Galaxy A70, we're getting a 32 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera. So the first thing that I want to mention is that both phones do feature very good photo and video quality. Definitely make sure to check out my reviews of both devices to learn more about that. But there's no doubt that with the Galaxy A71, we are getting some camera upgrades. Now I know that 32 megapixels with the Galaxy A70 is definitely impressive for the main camera, but 64 megapixels is even better. Now, I know that many people will also mention that it's not all about megapixels. You could have a phone with an extremely high amount of megapixels, but the final result might not look good. Well, first thing I want to mention is that with the A71, the photos and videos that you are able to take with the 64 megapixel camera do indeed look good, But there's also a hidden additional benefit by having that 64 megapixel camera that you might not even think about. If you noticed recently with the launch of the Galaxy S20, and especially the Ultra model, they've promoted this super zoom feature, which essentially allows you to zoom in really far, and that's due to the really high number of megapixels that the camera has on the device. Well, that same principle does apply here with the Galaxy A71, and you can see more about that in my full review video. But essentially, by having this 64 megapixel main camera, you're able to zoom in quite a bit without having to compromise on the quality. So even though this phone does not feature a telephoto camera, which by the way, other devices in the past and present do have a dedicated telephoto camera, but typically it only gives you like a 2x zoom, which of course that is an optical zoom. But if you do zoom in the camera on the Galaxy A71 at 2x, the quality honestly looks just as good. And of course you can zoom in even further if you want to as well. But my point is that you're able to achieve the same effect with the 64 megapixel main camera with the A71 that you would with a dedicated telephoto camera on any other device. So even though this phone does feature a quad camera setup, it's almost like it actually has 5 cameras because you're getting all the benefits of a telephoto camera without actually having it. So let me know what you think of that analysis in the comment section below. Now for the Galaxy A70, that same principle does apply since 32 megapixels is still pretty decent, but since you are getting double the amount of megapixels with the A71 in comparison, you're certainly able to zoom in quite a bit more with the A71 without losing out on quality. Let me just give you a quick demonstration of what I'm talking about here. So here's how everything looks with zero zoom, right? So I'm going to zoom in now at 2x, and you can see everything still looks really sharp despite me cropping in. And then let me try this out with the A70, and here's how things look with the regular amount of zoom, and then now I'm going to zoom in at 2x, and the quality still does look good zoomed in at 2x, but there's no doubt that things look a bit clearer with the A71 in comparison. So it's possible that that might not even matter to you at all, and you don't mind about zooming in on things, but if that is important to you, then that's something to consider. Now both devices do feature portrait mode for both the front and rear cameras, which is great to see. Both phones feature 6 GB of RAM, but with the Samsung Galaxy A71, we're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 processor compared to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 with the Galaxy A70. So I did run an Antutu benchmark test with both devices, and I want to show you the results that I got from that test. And with the Galaxy A71, I got an overall score of 264,741 compared to a score of 210,851 with the Galaxy A70. So there's no doubt that with the Galaxy A71, we're getting significantly better performance, as you can see by this score. That is a pretty significant difference between the two phones. So if you do have an A70, you should certainly expect the A71 to be a performance upgrade. And if you're using a different phone from these two, then what I recommend doing is downloading the Antutu Benchmark app on your current device, running the test, and then comparing the score that you get on your current device to these two phones to see how much of a performance upgrade you're getting by going with either of these. But I am very pleased to see that we are getting a very impressive Antutu Benchmark score with the Samsung Galaxy A71. Now, if you do decide to go with the 8 GB variant of either of these two phones, then of course you're going to be getting even better performance. But those were the scores I was able to get with the 6 GB variants of RAM with both devices. Now with the Galaxy A71, we're getting 4K video recording for both the front and rear cameras. And with the Galaxy A70, we're getting 4K video recording with just the rear camera. Now both phones feature a beefy 4,500 mAh internal battery, and they both come with 25-watt fast chargers in the box. So despite these devices having very large batteries, you're actually able to recharge them very quickly. And then as far as the software goes with these two phones, with the Galaxy A71, we are getting Android 10 with Samsung's One UI 2.0. And with the Galaxy A70, at least at the time of me recording this video, the phone has Android 9 Pie with One UI 1.1. Now I've heard that the Android 10 update for the Galaxy A70 is slowly rolling out, so I'm really hoping that I'm able to get it soon, but at least at the time of me making this video, the update is currently not available. But here's the software information for both devices. So there you go, you can see it right there. And then with the A71, we currently have the January 1st, 2020 security patch. And with the A70, we have the November 1st, 2019 security patch. Another thing I want to mention too, because I know someone's going to mention it in the comments, is that I have both devices' displays set at 100% brightness, and they're both set on vivid, and with the white balance, they're both at about the same setting there. So if you're curious what the displays are set at, this is what I've set them to. This is how I prefer my displays to be, but you do have the ability to customize that on your own. But now that we've gone over the specifications of these two devices, let's compare the hardware. So I've already talked quite a bit about the front panels on these two devices. Of course, we're getting the same size display here, but we are getting a hole punch for the front-facing camera with the Galaxy A71 compared to a water drop notch for the front-facing camera for the Galaxy A70. So both of these phones are great if you are looking for devices that feature very large displays, but at the same time, these phones are also easy to hold in the hand, so I am very happy with both devices as far as their form factor goes. Now taking a look at the left side of the two phones, they both feature a plastic band that runs around the side of them, and then they also both have the slot for the microSD card and SIM cards. Both of these phones are dual SIM because they're both the international variants of the Galaxy A71. Taking a look at the right side of the two phones, we have the volume button and power button. Then on the top of both devices, we have the noise canceling microphone. And then on the bottom of the two phones, we have an identical setup with the speaker, the microphone, the USB-C port for charging and data transfer, and we have the headphone jack. Then taking a look at the back of the two phones, we have different shaped camera modules, of course, with that squared off camera module on the Galaxy A71 compared to the triple camera vertical setup with the Galaxy A70. Both phones also have, of course, the flash, and then they both have the Samsung logo. So I'm personally a big fan of both of these colors in these two devices. They are both fingerprint magnets though, as you've probably noticed so far, and that's due to them, of course, being reflective. But I think both colors do look good. Of course, both devices are available in a variety of other colors as well, but they both have kind of a rainbow tint to them, which is pretty interesting. Here's the boxes that both phones come in. You can see that the boxes look pretty similar. Of course, there's different devices on them, but overall, a pretty similar theme. Let's now do a speed test comparison between these two devices. So I have cleared out all of the recent apps, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the Galaxy A71 was slightly quicker at pulling up the camera app, but it was pretty close. Next, let's pull up Google Chrome. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the A70 was slightly quicker at pulling up Chrome. Next, let's go to yahoo.com. 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the A71 was slightly quicker at pulling up Yahoo. Let's now go to engadget.com. So 1, 2, 3, go. Both phones are on the same Wi-Fi network, by the way. And it looks like at first the A70 was first, but then it looks like content is starting to load a little bit quicker on the A71. You can see the video pulled up on the A71 first, which is interesting to see. And the video is still trying to load on the A70. And there we go. That video is going now. But you can see with both phones, you can do pinch to zoom with no issues at all. You can also smoothly scroll on both devices as well. So let's go to this link right here. 1, 2, 3, go. Looks like it's about equal with both devices, but definitely with both phones, you're able to see a lot of content browsing the web on here. They're great devices for reading articles because due to their large displays, you're going to be able to easily see text here. So overall, both phones offer excellent performance and usability. So which phone should you go with? Should you get the Samsung Galaxy A71 or should you get the Samsung Galaxy A70? Well, there are a couple of factors that I think you really should consider. First thing is that without a doubt, we're getting much better performance with the Galaxy A71 compared to the Galaxy A70. The Antutu benchmark test really does speak for itself, so that's worth considering. But even real-life usage of these two phones indicates that the Galaxy A71 is certainly the faster of the two. The second thing I want you to consider is that with the Galaxy A71, you're definitely getting better cameras. So that's going to help you with both photo and video quality. And then having that 64 megapixel camera compared to the 32 megapixel camera on the A70 is going to give you way better zooming in functionality with the Galaxy A71. The other big difference is that with the Galaxy A71, we are getting Android 10 with One UI 2.0 out of the box, and typically with Samsung's budget phones, they give them at least one major software update, so without a doubt, the Galaxy A71 will eventually get Android 11, but I have a feeling that the Android 10 update for the Galaxy A70 will be the last update that this phone receives. Now, the phone might receive security updates further into the future, but considering that right now, the latest security update for the Galaxy A70 is November 1st of 2019, I'm really skeptical that they are going to be doing too many security updates to this phone beyond whatever comes with the Android 10 update. And then finally, the biggest difference is the price. Of course, that's where the A70 wins. So with the Galaxy A71, currently the price is around $399. Now I'd imagine that over time the price will go down, so check out the link in the video description to see exactly what this phone is being offered at. But with the Galaxy A70, you can currently get this brand new for $329, and I'd imagine that as time goes on, the price will continue to go further and further down. In addition to that, you can also currently buy the Galaxy A70 renewed, so look into that too, and you can save even more money if you don't mind getting a device that's not completely brand new. So if the various benefits of the Galaxy A71 are worth it for you to pay the extra money for the phone, then go with the A71. But if you don't mind some of the drawbacks with the A70, then you certainly are going to be saving quite a bit of money. But again, make sure to check out the links in the video description to learn more about both of these devices, as well as to see the most up-to-date pricing. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. But this is Kevin here, and I will see you in the next one.